Hello internet people, and welcome to another episode of Friday Sews. It's been a minute. How is everyone? So let's catch up on what I've been working on, my future plans, including a big announcement and a little bit of life. So I think they kind of all merge together. So instead of like three separate sections, I'm just gonna talk about all of it at the same time. So let's get into it. For literally most of summer, I was trying to get a good fit for the Helen's Closet Gilbert top. The plans had been to make the Gilbert top in an olive green Brussels washer linen, okay? And then make shorts out of the same fabric for a little matching set. And then I was also gonna make adorable reversible bucket hat out of a coordinating double gauze and then the same linen fabric. So put the three together. It was going to be a very cute, very adorable little set for the end of summer. We had a vacation in August. I was kind of making it for that. But anyways, I started early, as I should, in June, thinking about it, getting a head start, getting on top of things. And I became bound and determined to get that Gilbert top to fit as close to perfect as I possibly could. So that's my downfall. I made like 3 different versions. It was mainly the shoulders that I was focused on. It seemed to be I was having the most trouble fitting the shoulders. I had to change the slope. I moved the bust dart up. I did a broad shoulder, widened the shoulder, forward shoulder, all the shoulders. So I was in the middle of that in July, and then I went to go visit my parents for a week, and then I got COVID for the first time, by the way, and I was positive for 16 days. I felt like okay most of the time, but I really wasn't in the mood for sewing, and thinking about pattern alterations was just not it. So I basically rested and watched a ton of Pluto TV, which has, I don't know if you know, 24-hour channels of different shows. So I watched the This Old House channel, I watched Bob Ross, and I watched Teen Mom. And so at last, when I was finally feeling better, at the beginning of August, I got back to work on the Gilbert top, and I did keep trying to fit that freaking Gilbert top. So I kept trying different shoulder alterations, and after I had changed the slope, I had to widen them, and then the collar was standing back away from the back of my neck. So I worked on a round shoulder adjustment and forward shoulder adjustment, and I don't even remember now. But I got curious and I thought, there is probably a simpler way to get all these alterations done in less alterations. Do they need to all be separate? Maybe a round shoulder adjustment or round back adjustment, I mean, would widen, and so then you didn't have to do both. Or if I went up a size for the extra room in the shoulders, and I could, fit everything else down. And so would that work? And since I still haven't gotten the hang of pattern alteration, I don't really know what I'm doing. And I didn't really know the answer to that. Couldn't really find the answer to that. I pondered it. I did another muslin, and then I decided I was defeated. Yep, it got me. And so I just could not bring myself to make another test version. I was just done. So long story short, the cute little set never even got cut out, and luckily I didn't really feel like it was a total loss, because I mean, I did some alterations I had never done before, and I made so many test muslins that I could really understand what was going on, the alteration I was doing on paper and how that related to the actual garment. So it was a learning experience, if nothing else, and good things always come from learning experiences. So anyways, then it was September, and I decided to switch focus to, drumroll, planning Vlogtober. Yes, that is right. I'm gonna do Vlogtober this year, #SewVlogtober, yay. And I'm actually really excited to get back into the swing of things. Fall is a really inspiring time for me, and I always feel very creative at this time of year. And so I can really feel the sojo like coming back into my soul. And I did Vlogtober in 2021 and like a little bit in 2020. And then last year it was like a really hectic time at this time, so I didn't do anything. So I'm gonna kind of do the same thing I did in 2021. If you know, you know. And if you don't, you're gonna have to stay tuned and tune in. And if you have a channel and you want to participate, you are certainly welcome to, and you can use the hashtag #SewVlogtober, S-E-W Vlogtober, and that would be awesome. And if you've never heard of Vlogtober and do not know what I'm talking about, the idea is daily vlogging throughout the whole month of October to kind of celebrate autumn and Halloween. And since my channel is about sewing, I like to combine the two, and it's a really fun time. So you can really make it whatever you want. Just talking about sewing every day is great. Talking about your life is great. Whatever you want to do. So I'm over here planning that and definitely trying to embrace the cooler weather. It's gotten cold pretty fast here. And not get sad that summer's over and just kind of lean into the autumn vibes. So filming will start on Sunday, October 1st, and you will see the first video on Monday, October 2nd. And I think that's actually just gonna be a fall plans video. So I hope to see you there. Let's see, in other news, I finally parted with one of my babies. I gave my sister my old Simplicity Denim Star sewing machine. She's been in the garage for quite a while now. The machine, not my sister. And then she was in storage before that. So I think it's time to part ways. I just don't need this like 5 machines, you know? And she's going to a good home, so I'm happy to say that. I've had that machine actually, or I should say we've had that machine for, I think maybe like 17 years. My husband actually bought it when he was in college because he wanted to hem his own jeans. Smart guy. And so he basically knew how to sew before I did. I don't even know if I knew him when he bought it. We did meet in college. Maybe it was like around the same time. So anyways, it was his machine. And then many years later, I used it when I was learning to sew. I actually held out using it for quite a number of years. Like it's a really basic beginner machine, but it's a workhorse and it held up for a long time. And so I'm proud of her. So anyways, my sister came to stay a couple of weekends ago and we dusted her off. I oiled her up. I gave my sister a little mini lesson on like, you know, how to thread it and what to do with the bobbin and all of that. And off she went to her new home. She's planning on making some sort of like Renaissance costume or something like that out of some bed sheets. So I love that for her. And she sort of knows how to sew already, but I think it's been a really long time. So like she kind of gets the gist of it, but this will be a really good machine for her to start to try to remember on and everything. So I actually remember one year for Christmas, maybe when I was like 19 or something, I went with my mom to Sears, throwback. And we bought that sister a beginning sewing machine for Christmas. It was her Christmas gift. And little did I know while we were in the store and buying that machine, that future Katie here would be super into sewing. And I mean, like I had literally zero interest in the whole thing at that time. And that's just crazy to think about. But anyways, like me at the time, I think that because she has some latent sewing something inside of her, like a little glimmer of liking to sew or whatever, maybe this will make a sewist out of her yet. And then she can come join the fun with us because we have a great time, don't we? So I think that is about all for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you for Vlogtober on Monday. And I hope you have some fun sewing plans for your weekend. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.